The mission begins long before the helicopters ever leave the ground. Inside a dimly lit briefing room, a team of elite commandos gathers around a table reviewing the final details of the operation. The atmosphere is quiet but intense. Maps are spread across the table, mission manifests are checked, and equipment lists are confirmed. One last time, every soldier studies the plan carefully, committing each phase of the mission to memory. In special operations, there is very little room for error. Every movement, every timing window, and every objective has been planned in advance. For these soldiers, preparation is just as important as the mission itself. Radios are tested, night vision devices are checked, and parachute rigs are inspected. Team leaders quietly confirm their roles and responsibilities. Each commando knows exactly where they will move once they reach the ground. The briefing ends without dramatic speeches or loud commands. Instead, the soldiers simply gather their gear and move toward the staging area. The mission is about to begin. Outside, the team forms a line as they conduct final equipment checks before deployment. Helmets are tightened, gloves adjusted, and weapons secured. One by one, the soldiers count off, confirming the full team is present. This moment may seem routine, but these final checks are critical. Once they board the aircraft and lift off, everything must work perfectly. In special operations missions, small mistakes can quickly become life-threatening problems. The commandos soon move toward the flight line where their transport aircraft waits in the darkness. The CH-47 Chinook helicopter is already running, its massive twin rotors slicing through the night air. The aircraft is designed for heavy lifting and rapid troop deployment, making it a key platform for airborne operations. As the soldiers approach, the crew chief signals them forward and they begin boarding the aircraft one after another. Inside the Chinook, the roar of the engines fills the cabin. The commandos sit along the sides of the aircraft, facing each other while holding on to their gear. The crew chief moves down the line inspecting each soldier's parachute harness and static line connection. These static lines are essential because they automatically deploy. The parachute, when the jumper exits the aircraft, every hook and strap is checked carefully. The aircraft lifts into the air and the mission officially begins. As the helicopter moves toward the drop zone, the soldiers remain silent and focused. Night operations require precise timing and coordination. Outside the aircraft, the landscape below is almost invisible in the darkness. Only the faint glow of distant lights marks the terrain. Inside, the team prepares mentally for the jump that is coming. Soon the signal is given to stand up. The soldiers rise from their seats and move toward the rear of the aircraft. One by one, they secure their static lines to the overhead cable. Each connection ensures the parachute will deploy the moment they exit the aircraft. The crew chief performs a final inspection, moving down the line to confirm every jumper is ready. The aircraft slows as it approaches the drop zone. Wind rushes through the open ramp as the night air fills the cabin. The soldiers wait for the signal. In airborne operations, everything depends on timing. Jump too early or too late and the team could land far from the objective. Then the moment arrives. The green light flashes. Without hesitation, the first commando steps into the darkness and disappears into the night sky. Within seconds, the rest of the team follows, jumping one after another into the void below. Their parachutes deploy instantly as the static lines pull the canopy open above them. Suspended in the night air, the soldiers descend silently toward the ground. For special operations forces, airborne insertions like this provide a critical advantage. Under the cover of darkness, entire teams can enter hostile territory without warning. The sound of the helicopter fades quickly as the soldiers drift downward toward the landing zone. As the commandos hit the ground, the perspective switches to night vision imagery. Through their optics, the world appears in shades of green. The soldiers quickly gather their parachutes and move into defensive positions while scanning the surrounding area. Weapons are raised and sectors are assigned. Every soldier watches a specific direction to ensure the team is not surprised. Once the landing zone is secure, the team begins moving toward their objective. Their movements are quiet and controlled. Communication is minimal and mostly done through hand signals. In high-risk environments, silence can be the difference between remaining undetected and alerting the enemy. Soon the commandos reach the outer edge of the target compound. The team slows and begins preparing for entry. One soldier moves forward to observe the structure while others provide cover. The formation shifts as the team prepares for a tactical breach. With careful coordination, the soldiers move toward the entrance. One commando covers the doorway while another prepares to breach the structure. Quiet commands pass between the team members. Clear left, cover right. The team moves as a single unit. Within moments they enter the compound. Inside the structure, the commandos begin clearing rooms one by one. Each soldier moves carefully through hallways and corners, checking every space for potential threats. This type of close-quarters combat training is one of the most demanding skills in special operations. Every step must be deliberate and every angle must be covered. After the initial breach, the soldiers regroup at a designated checkpoint known as Point Alpha. This location serves as a temporary rally point where the team can reorganize and assess the situation. Leaders confirm that every member of the team is present and ready to continue. From there, the team continues securing the surrounding area. High-angle shots show the soldiers navigating the perimeter of the compound. One group cuts through security wires while another approaches the main gate. Guards positioned around the perimeter are quickly neutralized to prevent any alarm from being raised. The operation unfolds with remarkable precision. Every movement has been rehearsed countless times during training exercises. The soldiers communicate quietly while maintaining constant awareness of their surroundings. Once the compound is fully secured, the team confirms that the objective has been achieved. Soldiers move through the building verifying that no remaining threats are present. What began as a silent insertion from the sky has now become a fully controlled ground operation. The video then briefly transitions into an instructional segment related to airborne training. During parachute jumps, soldiers must always be prepared for equipment failures. One of the most important emergency procedures involves deploying the reserve parachute if the main canopy fails. In such a situation, the jumper must immediately pull the red emergency handle to release the backup chute. Airborne soldiers train repeatedly for these emergencies because during a parachute jump there is very little time to react. Muscle memory and training are what allow soldiers to respond instantly in life-threatening situations. Finally, the video shifts to a completely different scene, one far removed from the tension of the battlefield. A soldier returns home. The contrast is powerful. After intense operations and long deployments, service members eventually return to their families. The moment captures something that is often overlooked in military footage. Behind every uniform is a person with loved ones waiting for them. As the soldier walks through the door, he is greeted by his family. The stress of the mission fades away in a moment of relief and emotion. For many soldiers, this homecoming is the most important part of the journey. Military operations may involve complex strategies, advanced equipment, and dangerous missions. But at the center of every operation are the people who carry them out. They train for years. They deploy into uncertain situations. And when the mission is over, the most important objective is returning home safely.